So come into a comfortable position for meditation. Come into a comfortable position for meditation, and if there's any adjustments that you need to do that now so that you can sit with ease. And if you're in seated virasana, pull your shins in towards each other so that the thigh bones come together. And your hands rest on top of your thighs. And close your eyes. And bring your awareness into this moment. And get a sense first for your surroundings. So you just maybe even tap into your ears, listening to the sounds happening around you, but use the sounds as a reference point for the present moment. So every sound, instead of being a story attached to it, is just, oh, there's a sound, present moment. And then bring your awareness into your physical body. You get a sense for the tops of your feet on the floor in virasana. You can even spread your toes so that all 10 of your toenails connect to your yoga mat. Let there be a connection from the shin bones down into the earth. And then bring your awareness to your knees. And feel the stretch across the front of the knee joint. And then bring your awareness to the crease at the back of the knee. There's just a deepening at the back of the knee through the joint. And then bring your awareness to your thighs. Notice the hands on top of the thighs and feel the connection. Yoga, the practice of yoga is about being in union and connection. Your thigh bones, let them be heavy. A heaviness and earthiness to the legs. Notice your sitting bones. And like two steel rods, just allow your sitting bones to descend down into the earth, like your anchor. Anchor yourself down into the earth. And from the anchoring down, as you breathe in, just let your breath brush itself up the front of your spine. Nice deep breath. And as you exhale, soften your shoulders. And broaden across the front of the chest. And allow the arm bones to just draw towards the back of the room. Shoulder blades moving into your back. And then bring your awareness right into the base of the skull. And allow there to be a broadening in the back brain. Tune in now more to a deeper internal listening. Listening to the breath as it passes through the back of your throat. And listening from the space between the two inner ears. Soften your brow. Let your eyes drop. Let your eyes drop. And release the jaw. Let your back teeth just drop away from the top teeth. And then bring your palms together and bow your head. And keep bringing the awareness into the base of the skull as you breathe in. And a softening or a dropping of the front brain down as you breathe out. We'll take 3 ohms. Inhale. Drop your head completely. And then slowly, just very slowly, softly open your eyes. And then inhale, bring your arms up. Interlace your fingers over your head and then press the heel of your hands up towards the ceiling. Drop your chin. Drop your chin. Lengthen the back of the neck. And again, just lift the base of the skull up and away from the neck. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, and then squeeze your shoulder blades back. Katya, you can take these, right? Is there an extra set? Oh, you have a set right next to you. Okay, and then pull your shoulder blades back. Lift your chin, stretch the front of your neck. And then press your palms forward, interlace the fingers, round your spine like in cat pose. And then inhale, bring the arms up. Lift your side ribs up out of your pelvis. And now everybody press all 10 of your toenails down into your mat. Toenails press down and then lift your chin up, gaze up, reach up and back, create a back bend. And exhale, bring your arms back behind you again. Interlace your fingers, change your clasp on the previous time, and then squeeze the shoulder blades back. Chin lifts. And then exhale, palms forward again. Chin to chest, really round your spine this time. Stretch between the shoulder blades as you pull your arm bones forward. Good, and then arms up again. And lift your chin. Lift your chin. I used to have a friend who swore this was her yogic facelift. So lift your chin. And then arms back. One more time. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Open up across the chest. Chin lifts. And then palms forward. And then palms up. Lift your side ribs up nice and tall. Toenails pressing down. And then exhale, bring your arms down, twist to the right. Press the heel of your right hand into your sacrum and then pull your right shoulder blade towards your spine. Breathe in, look forward. And then exhale over to the other side. So you'll press the left heel of the hand into the sacrum and then use your right hand on the outside of your left leg just to give yourself some leverage in the twist. Pull your arm bone back, your shoulder blade back. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the other side. Lift up through your belly, lengthen your spine long and then twist a little deeper. And then back to center. And one last time to the left. Again, lift up from the spine so you create space and then twist. Okay, come center. Come forward onto your hands and your knees, and if your feet got tingly, straighten your legs back behind you. Just open up the back of the knee joint. You can do one leg and then the other. Stretch. From one leg to the other. Press back through the heel, your toes pressing into your mat. Good, and then one more time on the other leg. And then both knees down, cross your ankles, and then sit back, shoot your legs out in front of you, and then lay onto your back. Yeah, Virasana is one of those poses that you love to get out of. Let your body settle into the mat. Extend your legs towards the front of the room, but just let your feet fall open for a moment so that there's a settling in period. Like an old house settles into the earth, let your body settle down into your yoga mat. Let your thigh bones be heavy, like your thigh bones, the biggest bone in your body. Just let them be very heavy. They sink down into the hamstring muscles. Close your eyes and then breathe into the base of the skull. Right into the base of the skull. So as you breathe, there's a broadening and expanding of that space in the back brain. And then as you exhale, just create a heaviness to the body, a sinking. Good. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale it all out. And then bring your arms towards the back of the room and bring your feet together. And if your neighbor's feet are there, just give them a little love squeeze. Don't freak. So feet together. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, stretch long. Stretch nice and long. So you're going to press out through your heels, flex your feet, flex them. That's it. Lift your lower belly up, and then relax. Inhale, stretch long. Press out through the heels, spread your toes, spread them, and then exhale, relax. Inhale, stretch. Feet flexed as you stretch. So you're pressing your heels to the front of the room, and then relax. Good. A couple more times on your breath. Your breath. Cool. If you want more space, you can move up here. You good? Good. Couple more times. You know, flex your feet, spread your toes. That's it. Lower belly lifting all the way to your fingertips. Okay, breathe in, stretch your body nice and long. And then as you exhale, take your right knee up into your chest and just lift your chin to your knee. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, take your other leg up, chin to knee. Inhale, lengthen, long, lift your belly. And then exhale, bring your right knee up. Good, keep going from side to side with your breath. Your breath. So you learn to create vinyasa or flow by moving with your breath. That your breath becomes really the choreographer of your movement. Good. And then as you bring your knee into your chest, keep your other leg firm and your foot flexed. That's it. Inhale, long. And then exhale, take your other leg up. Good, full body stretch. Take both legs up next time. Unless you have lower back pain, then you can keep your legs one at a time. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, knees up into your chest, chin to knee. Good, inhale, long. Exhale, legs up, chin to knee. Good, one more time, full body stretch. And then exhale, pull your knees up, wrap your arms around your legs, and then lower your head back to the floor and rock from side to side. Gentle rocking. Massage your lower back. And sometimes just the gentleness is so much deeper than brute force. So allow yourself to be gentle in your practice. And then come back to center, full body stretch. Lengthen, lift your lower belly, lift it. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, take your right knee up and swing it over to the left into a spinal twist. And you'll grab your knee with your left hand, extend your right arm out to the right. And then inhale, come back to center. Full body stretch. Exhale, take your left leg over to the right and twist. Reach your left shoulder blade towards the earth as you pull your outer left hip towards the front of the room. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, right leg over to the left. And now you're just going to move with your breath. One breath, one movement. Shoulder blade anchoring down, and then inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Your own pace now. Be present and generous listening for your body and for your breath. And you'll find as you move with your breath that every time you twist, you'll just go a little bit deeper. Good, to center. And when your right knee goes over to the left, just stay there for a moment and breathe, a couple breaths. Anchor down through your extended leg. And then in the opposite direction, you pull the right shoulder blade down. Couple more deep breaths. And then release. Center, full body stretch, 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 stretch. And then go over to the other side. Stay in your body with your breath. Use your breath as the anchor for the present moment. Good, and then slowly come back to center. Full body stretch. Press out through the heels. Just breathe in big. Breathe in, your lower belly lifts up. And then take hold of your strap. And take your right leg up in the air. Huh? Oh my God. This is the second week in a row that Kim and I have dressed identically without communicating prior. This is a little scary. I love you too. Now press out through both of your heels so your left leg is fully extended on your mat and you anchor your heel down into the floor, your foot flexed. Your right foot reaches up to the ceiling. Spread your toes wide. Yeah, like that, Elizabeth. Spread your toes wide and then breathe into the back of the leg. Deep breath. Direct your breath right into the belly of your hamstring, the belly of your hamstring. And instead of forcing right out of the gate, allow yourself to breathe into your pose. Breathe into your pose. Pull your shoulder blades down. Tuck your chin. Tuck your chin. Yeah, just a little bit. That's it. Now deepen your breath. Deepen it. Soften where you can soften. Soften where you can soften. And then gradually your body just moves deeper into the pose, but it moves with a softening as opposed to a forcing. And lengthen through the back of the neck. Yeah, so again, we want to create a broadening at the base of the skull. Let your front brain drop into your back brain. Spread your toes. Okay, breathe in. And then exhale, slowly release. Bring your right leg down and then take your left leg up. Same thing. And notice you want to keep your extended leg at the midline of your body. So some of you have tracked your leg way out wide. Draw your foot that's on the mat into the midline of your body. That's it, Alex. Into the midline. Left leg up. Good, now both legs you're going to press out through the heels and then anchor down through the right foot into the mat. A little less of a vice grip. It's breathe. Can you create softness even where there is perhaps tension? And then the back of the neck lengthens. Broaden right at the base of the occiput. Back brain deepening. Couple more deep breaths. And spread your toes. That's it. Spread your toes. And then slowly release your left leg down. Take your right leg back up in the air with your strap. Oh, yes. Anchor the left heel into the mat and your left thigh bone down into the mat. So there's a strong sense of earth. Alex, track your foot more to the midline. More, like 3-4 more inches. Okay, and then hold the strap with your right hand and then lower your right leg out to the right. And if you're lucky enough to have your neighbor, just let your foot rest right on top of them. Breathe. If it gets there, don't force it. And if you're lucky enough to be a neighbor, then receive with generosity. And now keep the anchor on the left side of the body. Even pull your lower right belly up and over to your left rib cage. Add in some more breath, everybody. More breath. Notice if you're jamming into the back of the knee of the back of the right knee. You want to soften the inner right knee, yeah, just a little bit. And then move the leg into more of an external rotation so the toes even turn down a little bit and the inner heel towards the sky. That's it. And then on your in-breath, lift the leg. Switch hands, but not feet. And then take the thumb of your right hand into the crease of your right hip and move the outer right hip towards the front of the room and pull your foot just about 6 inches to the left so that it's in line with your left shoulder. And for those of you who are super flexy bendy, it might even be directly over your left shoulder. Good. Now deepen your breath even more. Even more. Power the breath. And let your breath even heat your body. Okay, slowly release. Switch legs. Switch legs. Anchor your right heel down at the midline of your body. Anchor it down. Press through the big toe mound, 2. Yeah, so there's an extension of the inner leg. Press your right thigh bone down and then open your left leg out to the left with an external rotation. So you're lifting your inner heel to the sky, yeah, and turning your toes slightly down. Soften the back of your knee joint. Nice. Now extend your arms straight out. Have your left arm straight so that you're not in a contraction with your bicep. Yeah, you just hold like that. And then lift the lower left belly towards the right rib cage. Diagonal lift. Anchor, breathe. Yeah, you can even use your right hand to press the right hip down into the mat. Oh, my dear, you are really playing it safe today. Stay in your breath. Soften the back of the knee joint. Soften just a little bit. Rotate the leg even more. Extend out through your extended leg. Right leg active, right leg active. Lower belly lifting in a twist. Okay, now add more breath in. Spread your toes, spread them, that's it. It's a gentle reminder. Keep rotating the thigh, keep rotating, that's it. Rotate, heel up, toes down. And then bring your leg up. Cross your hands. Take the thumb of your left hand to the crease of the hip flexor. Press the outer hip to the front of the room. Lengthen the back of the neck again. Lengthen the back of the neck, that's it. Broaden at the base of the skull. There's a lot of talk in yoga about the third eye, but I think that the third ear gets neglected, that inner listening. The inner listening. You need to be listening and in observation to be able to see. Listening, listening. And then very slowly release. Full body stretch. You can put your strap off to the side. And then bend both knees. Place your feet on the floor. And then cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Bring your right hand in between your two legs and then interlace your fingers behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. Your choice. Yogi's choice. And then flex both feet. So there's an energy of vitality going through the feet. And then breathe. Breathe into your right hip. Breathe into it. The power, really, wherever you put your attention is where the focus goes. The focus goes, and that's where your energy goes. So bring your breath into your right hip here with an intention of softening. Give up what you can right now to allow yourself to go deeper into self. It's really the best journey of all, the journey to self. Breathe in big, everybody. And just sigh it out. Now switch legs. Switch legs so your left ankle crosses over your right thigh. Your left hand goes between the two legs. And then you clasp hands either behind the thigh or in front of the shin. It's a little deeper stretch if you get in front of the shin, but it's not necessary. Good, now notice, have an awareness. Did my chin pop up? And just notice what's happening in the base of the neck and the occiput. Before you self-adjust, just be in awareness, like what's going on in the base of the neck and the occiput area. Good, now with a breath, with an in-breath, lengthen the back of the neck and broaden the base of the skull. Broaden the base of the skull. And breathe deeper into your left hip. You know, the reason the chin pops up here is because of tightness in the lower back and the hip. Good. 2 more of your deepest breaths. Bring them in. And then full body stretch. Press out through the heels. Out through the heels. Stretch your fingers to the back of the room. That's it. Breathe in. And then exhale. Grab hold to the back of your knees. And then begin rocking up and down. Rock up and down like you're on a swing set. Rock. You can smile too while you rock. It's, I don't know, could be fun. All right, and then rock all the way up. And come on to your hands and your knees. Knees hip width, hands shoulder width, and your index fingers point forward when you place your hands on your mat. As you inhale, you're just going to do some cat-cow stretches. As you inhale, lift your sitting bones to the ceiling. Soften the spine between your shoulder blades and lift your chin up. Good, and then exhale, pull your tailbone down, round the spine, chin to chest. Breathe in, lift your sitting bones, take your gaze forward. And then exhale, pull the tail down, chin to chest. Inhale, lift the sitting bones. Gaze forward. And then exhale, round it out. Inhale, lift your sitting bones. And exhale, round it out. Stretch your fingers wide. Stretch your fingers. Press the whole palm into the mat. Inhale. And then exhale. Round your spine out. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Be in observation as you move. Where does the body feel more mobile? Where does the body feel restricted? And it's really just being in observation. So not in judgment, but in observation. Lift your sitting bones, bring your gaze forward. And then exhale, pull your tail down. Take your chin to your chest, round it out, round it up. Lengthen through the back of the neck. And then come to neutral spine. Bring your knees together and then extend your right foot back behind you. Cross your right foot over to the outside of your mat on the left side. And then look over your left shoulder and look at your right foot. Side body stretch. And then come back to center. Extend your left leg back, crisscross it over to the outside of your mat on the right, and then look over your right shoulder. Stretch your side waist. Inhale, center. Cross your right foot back over to the left. Flex your foot as you press your toes into the mat and your heel to the back of the room. And then look back at the right foot. Stretch from your side ribs to your pelvis, like 4 inches. See if you can create it even longer. And then come back to center. And one more time, swing your left foot over to the right. And look back. And then come back to center. Turn your toes under and then lift your knees and press yourself to downward facing dog. Be in your breath. Be in your breath. Press down through the mound of the index finger and the mound of the thumb. So there's a real sense of earthiness even in your hands. And then squeeze your triceps into your upper arms. That's it. Triceps into your upper arms. And then press your thigh bones to the back of the room. You can create length through your whole body. You even want to lift your inner arches. Lift your inner arches and press down through the outer heel. Sometimes it's funny in yoga. All right, slowly walk your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down and roll up to standing. Grab hold of your blocks and place them at the front of your mat and then stand in Tadasana, mountain pose, at the front of your mat. Stand with your big toes touching. Your heel's a little bit wider than your toes. And then firm up your thighs. You want to lift your kneecaps up, up, up. Kneecaps lifting. Draw your lower belly up and in. Take your tailbone down and into your body. Good, then pull the floating ribs back into the back body, into the back body. And then lengthen through the back of the neck, broadening at the base of the skull. Good, now come into your breath, into your breath. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And as you inhale, open your arms wide and then bring your palms together up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to the blocks or to the floor if you have the flexibility. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back to your legs. Press your feet down. Inhale, rise up. Bring your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Press your feet down, inhale, rise. Lift from your belly, arms up. Exhale, fold to the floor. Stay in flow. Halfway lift, inhale. Step your right foot all the way back into a lunge. Bring your right knee down to the mat. And then inhale, bring your arms up. Hook your thumbs over your head and then squeeze your triceps into your upper arm bones. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring your hands down to your blocks or to the mat. And then you're going to step back and go into plank pose, like a high push-up. And then lower your knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale, come onto your belly. And then exhale, bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift up. Press all 10 of your toenails down into the mat. Good, now even here, breathe into the base of the skull. See if you can create a broadening at the base of the skull. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down alongside your chest. Inhale, push up to cobra. And then exhale, push back, downward facing dog. If you want to modify, you can come into child pose. Breathe in and breathe out. And then bring your toes together. Inhale, lift your right leg way up in the air. And then exhale, pull your right knee forward and step into a lunge. And if your foot doesn't make it forward on its own, then by all means use your hands to help it there. Bring your back knee down. Inhale, bring your arms up. Hook the thumb, squeeze the triceps in. Lift up, breathe in. Exhale, hands to the mat or to your blocks. And then lift your back knee and step forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to standing, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your left foot back, lunge. Bring your left knee down. Inhale, reach up, lift up from your side ribs. And then exhale, this time twist. Bring your elbow to the outside of your thigh. Press your palms together. Good, now pull your right arm bone back to your shoulder blade. Back, shoulder blade towards the spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, look down, hands to the floor or to blocks. And then step back. Bring your hands to the mat and then lower, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to your belly. And then exhale, bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Change your clasp from the previous time. Good, now lift up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Shoulder blades towards your spine. And then let your legs rise. Spread your toes wide. Spread them wide. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down, hands and feet to the mat. Inhale, push through cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, lift your left leg into the air, and then exhale, pull your left foot forward between your hands. Bring your back knee down. Inhale, reach up to the sky nice and long, and then exhale, twist over to your left. Pull your left shoulder blade back towards your spine, and then move your gaze into the twist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, look down. Bring your hands to your blocks or to the floor. Inhale, lift your back knee and step forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. Bring your right foot back into the lunge. Bring your right knee down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen up, lift your side ribs, and then exhale, twist over to your left. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Good. Now move your left knee into your right arm. Create a firm foundation there, and then turn your back toes under and lift your back knee up off the mat. Keep firming up your back leg. Twist a little bit more. That's it. Use your breath to move you. Breathe in, and then exhale. Look down, hands to your mat, and step to plank pose. And then lower, knees, chest, chin. Inhale onto your tummy. Bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and lift. Lift up. The shoulder blades squeeze back. Take your legs up. That's it. Spread your toes wide. Now soften your face and your eyes. Even drop your gaze down. Instead of looking up, drop your gaze down and add in softness, but at the same time add in vitality and use your breath to lift higher. Breathe into your back brain. Breathe into it. Good. Exhale, lower. Hands and feet down. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Drop your head in down dog. Bring your big toes to touch. Lift your heels high. Inhale, lift your right leg high in the air. And then exhale, step forward into the lunge. Your back knee down. And then bring your arms up. Lift up through the whole side waist, nice and long. And then exhale, twist over to your right. Press your palms together. Turn your back toes under, lift your back knee. Stay in your breath. Thigh bone lifting, that's it. Good, now pull your right shoulder blade back even more, that's it. Breathe in, and then exhale, look down, bring your hands to the floor, to your blocks, and then step forward with ease. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, and then bring your left foot back, and this time see if you can keep your left knee lifted and come up into crescent lunge. Hook your thumbs. If you want to bring your knee down to modify, please do. Otherwise, just lift up out of the back thigh and then sit deeper into your front leg. So your back leg firm, and then exhale, twist again. Twist. And this time, bring your left hand down to the floor or to your block, and then bring your right arm up to the ceiling. Open yourself up. Keep your back leg firm. It'll help with your balance. Breathe in, and then exhale, look down, hands to the mat. Inhale, step to plank. Exhale. exhale, lower your knees. Let's all look here for 1 minute. And then you pull forward with your chin and your chest. So instead of bringing your forearms to the mat, keep the forearms lifted and then reach forward to come down. So otherwise we get stuck. Okay, onto your belly. Bring your arms behind you and lift again. Interlace your fingers. Take your legs up. Now soften your gaze down, soften your brow. Oh, the front brain needs a vacation. Okay, now bend your knees and reach back and grab your feet. And then press your feet to the back of the room. Press your feet to the back of the room. Pull your knees in towards each other. Spread your toes, spread your toes. Okay, now again, soften your gaze. See if you can lift your chest a little higher. More energy in your legs. More energy in your legs. Soften your brow. Soften your brow. Okay, lower. Palms down, feet down. And then push up cobra. Cobra. And then push back down dog. Firm legs in your down dog. Firm legs. Palms down, butt high in the air. So funny, we get so fancy teaching this pose, but really it's just hands and feet on the floor and lift your butt as high as you can. Okay, now bring your big toes together, lift your heels up, take your left leg high, and then step forward into crescent lunge. Keep your back knee lifted if you can. If you can't, no worries. And then bring your arms up. Lift up out of the sideways, good. Exhale, sit a little deeper into your lunge. Now check the alignment of your front knee. Some of you, your knee is dropping in. You want to line your knee up with your front foot. That's it. And then twist towards the left. Bring your elbow to the outside of the thigh. Firm your back leg up. So you want to press your back thigh to the ceiling as you sit into the front leg. Good. And then open up the arms. That's it. Right hand to the mat, left hand to the sky. Being your breath. The firmer the connection is between your front knee and your arm, the easier it is to balance. Okay, now twist from your belly more. Pull your shoulder back. Take a breath in. Exhale, look down. Bring your hands to the floor to blocks. And then step forward, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Press your feet down. Inhale, lift all the way up. Bring your arms to the sky. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Bring your arms alongside your body. Close your eyes. Now be in full observation. Full observation. Soften where you can soften and lift where you need to lift. Broaden the base of the skull. Drop your shoulders, that's it. Now slowly open your eyes. Find a point to focus on somewhere about 8 to 10 feet out in front of you. And then pull your right leg up in a tree pose. So you can either rest your foot against your inner ankle, inner calf, or inner thigh. Then press the foot and the leg together. So wherever they join, you want to press them together. Lift up from your inner belly. If your balance is really off, try stepping on the floor instead of your mat. It might give you a little more feedback for balance. And then bring the arms up. And straighten the arms, that's it. Full lift. And then full breath. Eyes open to balance. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take your knee forward, straighten your leg, and then release it down. Go right over to the other side. So find a point to focus on, and then take the foot up either to the shin or up into the groin, and then press the foot and the leg together. So that union, lifting up from the belly. Pull your tailbone down, and then reach the arms up. Straighten the arms if you can, and bring more energy into your fingertips. Stay with your breath. You fall. It's no big deal. And then bring your hands back to your heart center. Take your knee forward, straighten it, and then shake your legs out. Grab hold of your bolster. Come down and place your bolster towards the front of your mat. Sit facing the right side of the room so that your left hip is next to your bolster. So you're facing that way. Your knees kind of stagger towards the back of your mat. Your knees are bent. And then twist towards the bolster. So your chest comes flat onto the bolster. You have your left arm on the left side, your right arm on the right side, and then place your cheek down so your face is looking the same direction as your knees. And then you just lay down into a supported child pose, twist. Try and get your chest flat to the bolster. Some people call this fallen hero. And then let your body really fall. So there's a sense of surrender. Surrender. Deepen your breath and breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Breathe into that space. So that there is expansion as well as surrender. Kim has decided to get up and assist people, so enjoy if she makes it to your mat. Notice where you're still holding on. Just be in observation. Your mind, if you're getting lost in thoughts, just anchor yourself back into your breath. Your next in-breath, slowly push yourself up and just swing over to the other side, over to the other side. And come right back down. Keep your focus inward. Keep your focus inward. So easy to get drawn out of the self, and we just keep drawing the awareness back in, drawing the awareness back in. Take your elbows wide, so that the shoulders can completely surrender, and your cheek, your face just turns the same direction as your knees. It's so simple. As human beings, we have a tendency to complicate, to create confusion. In your yoga practice, you can just clear away out the clutter. Again, deepen your breathing and breathe into the space between the shoulder blades. Again, keep replanting yourself with your breath. Three more deep breaths. Three more deep breaths. And then after your third breath, press your hands into the mat and press yourself into downward facing dog. You can keep your bolster on your mat when you press into down dog, and if your head lands on it, then let your head rest there, but keep the strength of the pose in the arms and the legs. For some of you, you just will have the flexibility for the head to hit the bolster, some of you won't, but don't bend the arms to get it there. Keep the arms straight. Yeah, and then lift your inner ankles, that's it. Nice work. And then slowly come down to your knees. Move with ease. Take your, let's do this with a bolster again. So just take your bolster and turn it crisscross like this on your mat. So the bolster is going wide across your mat. And if you know that you have a lot of flexibility in bridge pose, then you'll take a blanket or two and place them on top of the bolster. But if you're a little tighter in bridge pose, then just the bolster. So for those of you with more flexibility, a blanket or two on top of the bolster. And then you're going to sit in front of the bolster so that you almost feel like you're falling off the bolster towards the front of it, and your lower back when you lay down. So when you lay down, your hips and your lower back will be on the bolster. Your shoulder blades come to the floor, so a supported bridge pose, but just bring your arms out to the side with your elbows wide and your arms bent. Tuck your shoulder blades under you, and then the base of the skull is on the mat. Let your chest lift. Keep your knees bent, your feet on the floor. So it's just a supported bridge pose with a bolster underneath your pelvis and your lumbar spine. If there's discomfort, you can come lower. And then close your eyes. If you have your eye pillow, you can place your eye pillow on your little eyes. Knees bent, feet on the floor. Lift your hips. Okay, come back down. Lift your hips a little bit, yeah. Okay, come back down. Should be no discomfort. So if there's discomfort, just grab my attention. Okay, lift your hips. And then again, a broadening, a deepening into the base of the skull. Have your heels just about hip width, and let your knees, just by a gentle dropping, fall slightly in towards each other. Let there be a dropping or softening of the pubic bone down between the legs. Little deeper in your breath, inner listening, cultivating the inner ear. And again, every sound that you hear, every external distraction is just a reference point to to the present moment. Five deep breaths. Are you coughing a lot? Don't do your giant breath. After your fifth breath, you'll just lift your hips and slide your bolster out from under you. And then lay with a flat back. See if you can keep your awareness inward. Some of you are sort of releasing out of your pose with a vengeance. Be gentle. The practice of loving kindness towards yourself never gets old. You just keep generating that. Good. And then slowly bend your knees if the legs are straight. And then roll to your right side. And with gentleness, push yourself up to a seated pose. We're going to do Supta Baddha Konasana. So you're going to take your bolster behind you and sit right in front of the bolster. So the bolster is right behind your butt. Then take your blankets or blocks and you'll take the soles of the feet together, the knees wide, and then rest your knees on the blankets or the bolster. Turn your bolster so it's going long ways on your mat. There you go. And then feet together, knees wide. Take your third blanket, and then place it folded behind you across the back side or the back edge of the bolster so that when you lay down, your head will land on it. Then you're going to take your strap. This pose has a lot of prop work, but it's worth it. The payoff is as good as the work, isn't that it? The higher the mountain, the bigger the reward. Okay, so take the strap and place it around the back of your waist. Then it will go over your legs and under your feet. So you have a loop on your strap, a large one. It goes behind the lower back, on top of your thighs, on top of your ankles, and then underneath the feet. And then you pull the blanket, take your knees wide, Greg, and bring the soles of your feet together so your feet are touching. Yeah, there you go. And then pull your strap just snug enough to hold the feet in without cutting off circulation. Make sure your blocks are in high enough to support your knees. Then tuck your tailbone, lay back, and let your head rest on the blanket and put your eye pillow over your eyes. Supta Baddha Konasana with all the fixings. And I will come around and help for those of you who are new to the strap. It took me 7 years to figure these straps out, by the way.
Thank you. Big strap.
Yeah. Now bring your feet close in. Okay. That's it. Arms just relax out to the side, the back of the hands on the floor, so your palms are open. There you go.
Okay. Now there.
Perfect. Thank you. Make sure you scoop the tail when you go back so there's no discomfort in the lower back. Don't keep it under there. Once you get in the pose, you might notice that you can adjust somewhere, and then you just do that. Your body, just surrender, surrender. The front brain drops into the back brain. And again, soften where you can soften. Stay present in your body and deepen your breath here. Deepen. Long, long, slow inhale. So there's no gulping of air. We're just creating space and length in the in-breath. And then a dropping and surrender on your out-breath. And then very slowly, without lifting your head, reach down and loosen your strap. And then just wiggle your feet out of your strap and place your feet flat on the floor with your knees bent, feet flat, knees bent, and then tuck your tailbone like a nice, just little scooping action. And then slowly roll to your right. Come off your bolster. Push your bolster out from behind you and go right back onto your back. If you want, you can swing your bolster down underneath your thighs. And you're going to lay in Shavasana. So you can have your bolster under your thighs so that it's wide across your thighs. So it just supports the thighs. Spin your bolster. Or just legs flat on the floor. Greg, turn your bolster. Yeah. Or don't use it at all. And then wherever you land, drop. Drop. Allow yourself to soften, to unwind. Willingness to let yourself come apart. Laying in Shavasana again, allow there to be a dropping of your front brain into your back brain. A broadening at the base of your skull. And if your palms are turned down, tuck your shoulders under you and then turn your palms open to the sky for receiving. The universe has so many amazing gifts for us to receive if you just allow yourself to be open to receiving them. Let your front belly drop into your back belly. And then breathe deep into the whole depth, the width of your pelvis. Deepness within. Your feet roll open. And very, very little effort. Just let the fingers and the toes wiggle. Very little effort. Almost as if they move themselves. And then slowly bend just one knee. And then the other. And then roll to your right and rest your head on your right arm. And then using your left hand, keep your eyes closed and push yourself up to a seated pose. And then bring your palms together at your heart and bow your head. And the light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. And together we say, Namaste. Thanks, everyone.